I'm the Loy Machedo, speaking from loymachedo.com, and it was Loy Machedo. Date today is the 22nd February 2016. Time right now is 6:46 in the evening. Yeah, I just finished going to what is that? Inner fight. Inner fight. That's a it's a specialized CrossFit gym that is based in Algoos, and I went to meet Marcus Smith, uh, who is the founder, who is the owner of the place. I mean, the place was very easy to find. If you want to find the place, all you got to do is type Inner Fight in your Google Maps and you'll get it. It's an Alku. It's pretty straightforward if you follow the maps. Once I reached there, the first thing when I walked in, yeah, my dog as usual wants to come up. Come. There are so many dogs up here. Come. Okay. Once I reached there, if you want to come, oh my God, how many dogs? I have 4 dogs here. Come. Okay. You want to go down? Okay, come. So once I reached there, the whole place was very, it was like a dungeon. It didn't have a lot of these high-tech gadgets and a lot of these electronic kind of equipment. The gym was very raw, very rugged. I mean, all the equipments, most of them were freehand. There were these structures that were there, bars and circular bars that people use and gymnastics use, and they had ropes and some of these balls that were there, these big, huge ones, weighted balls were 140 kgs, and there were these machines like not machines. These apparatus that you see UFC fighters pushing, and then they had rowing machines. Everything was pretty hardcore. It was pretty well ventilated. They didn't put on the AC, the air conditioning. Rather, it was just a cool shade was there, and it was open. When I went there, everyone who was there was either being coached by someone or they were busy doing their own thing. Nobody was like, just having a free time there and just having fun. No, everyone was dead serious. Then, I kind of went there, and I'll tell you, as soon as I went there, it had a feeling like this is a place not to joke around. This is a place where you need to get serious. So I looked at the place, really well kept. They had water being served in the fridge, and they had protein bars. And I was wondering why there were no cold drinks or soft drinks or sports drinks. So that I'll answer later. And then I checked the toilets, very clean, great lockers. I obviously couldn't go to the ladies section. Then upstairs there were some other apparatuses that were, I think, maybe for some other gym sessions. Mostly ropes, everything that you see in CrossFit competitions, you'd see there. They all had barbells and weighted bars and jumping, boards and all that stuff. Then once I went upstairs, there was a nice little table there where all these CrossFit coaches were sitting there. We had a podcast over there, and I did ask for coffee. And that time, Marcus told me that he made a brew of really fresh coffee, pure coffee. And I asked him for sugar. He was like, "Sugar? What sugar? Are you crazy?" And I was like, "Okay, fine." But let me tell you one thing. I need to admit this. I need to tell you this one thing. As soon as I went up, and when I saw those coaches, the guys were not wearing a shirt. The girls were wearing their, training outfit. For the first time in my life, seriously, for the first time in my life, I felt small. Small as in, I really felt like I was so conscious about myself. When I looked at them, they were like, when you see these muscle and fitness magazines, like you see how ripped and huge and unbelievably inhuman they look. What do you see in magazines and what do you see in these movies? You think that this is not real. This is all Photoshop or this is CGI. Their rippling abs and their shoulders and their triceps and their biceps, their forearms and everything is so chiseled and cut. that when they're breathing, you can see their abs and their rib cage move in and out, and their veins. Like, I was shocked. I was for a minute. I'm telling you, I'm a guy who knows how to speak. I earn money. I speak for a living, but I just went numb. I couldn't say a single word when I saw them. I was in shock, in absolute awe. My jaw dropped, and I thought I was looking at some gods. I felt like a cockroach for the first time. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, nothing was coming out. I didn't know what to say. I'm telling you this. Even the girls, those girls were bigger than me. They looked stronger than me. I got scared. I'll tell you, for the first time in my life, when I saw a girl, I got scared. She was not looking manly. She was not, don't get me wrong. She was looking incredible. I mean, oh my goodness. If you wanted to see a perfect human being, if you wanted to see the most beautiful creature on the planet who was created perfectly, this would be it. I mean, I have seen women. I have seen naked women. I have seen hot models. I have seen sexy babes. But when you see a woman like this, with proportions that are incredibly well balanced, I could make out she was strong. I could so make out she was strong. I was like, I felt like a girl in front of her. I felt like squeak, like a mouse. She looked so incredibly powerful. And if that was the case by just looking at the girl, when I saw the guys, I felt like this must be how a man looks. This is how a perfect human being looks. I looked like a mutant. Otherwise also I looked like a mutant. But I'll tell you this. It was absolute shock. It was total awe when I saw them. I couldn't believe my eyes. I seriously couldn't believe my eyes. I couldn't believe it that they're human beings. Yeah, I could see their abs, their serratus, every muscle in their body was so clear, so visible, no fat. It was a shock. I'll tell you, that is the thing I really have to share. That was the thing that shocked me the most about Unified. When I spoke to him about the membership, they told me that there's no membership that anyone can come in and join. You either have to join the classes or you have to book a coach professionally. And he kind of gave me the rates that for a coach it's 300 or 500, not too sure. But the coaching classes are 1,000 plus something. And most of the people who come there, it's hardcore workouts. There's no fooling around, there's no monkeying around, there's no talking. You're just working out. And in fact, I saw one guy. He was he looked Arab. So I found out later on he was from Saudi. He was not smiling. He was this big ass dude, and he was angry, and he was doing this workout. And later on, after he finished the workout, I was shit scared even to say hi to him. I was just minding my own business. And after he finished, when he came up, he was smiling, and then he tells me he's a stand-up comedian. I'm like, what? You big, huge, angry-looking, dangerous guy, you are a stand-up comedian? He's like, yeah. He was very friendly, but when he was working out, he looked like an animal. So the staff was very professional, very, very professional. Almost every staff, all the staff members, from the photographers, the videographers, the reception, everybody was working out. Nobody was not working out. But, I just realized that Inner Fight is a place where they do serious stuff. And did I mention that Marcus and his friends went for 145 or 150 kilometers run in the hot desert. I don't know what these guys are up to, but later on when I spoke to him, I asked him why. He just told me that they just want to push the limits and test the impossible. In fact, they had a competition where they did 1,000 burpees. So, all in all, my opinion about this place, Inner Fight, it's taking intensity, it's taking motivation, it's taking hardcore workouts to a totally different level. You have to be absolutely dedicated to join this place. And I'll tell you this, you join this place, you're guaranteed to achieve results. For sure, you will achieve results, absolutely, and you'll be shocked and surprised at your progress. These guys are hardcore. They are not there for fun. They're not there to waste time. In fact, the surprising thing that Marcus told me is he has not had sugar or sweets since sugar for 8 years. And that's dedication. He has not touched bread for 4 years. I was like, oh my goodness, what is this? So I'm just telling you that I highly recommend Inner Fight. And what shocked me the most was looking at these physiques of these people. I mean, seriously, I'm not joking. I just wanted to touch and, just feel, not in a sexual way, but I just want to touch and feel, is this for real? Is this some padding? I've never seen human beings like that. In fact, I've never seen a woman like that. Oh, goodness. And then I thought I was fit. And now when I see any athlete, I'll be like, man, I've seen athletes. And if you seriously ask me, Inner Fight is like, it's at another level, man. It's at another level. CrossFit is like crazy. I thought I saw what is intensity, but now, no. So if you really want to change your life, if you really want intensity to another level, absolutely inhuman, animalistic, crazy level, and you want to push yourself to a new threshold, well, I just told you, Inner Fight is a solution. They have made people with 30% or 40% body fat, they've reduced them to 10% or 7% or 5%. And if you want proof, have a look at these coaches. They are not just bodybuilders, but they're absolutely fit, crazy fit. I still can't get over the fact how these guys look, the guys and the girls. Good Lord, help me. So Loy from LoyMachedo.com and LoyMachedo.com sharing with you his experience of having watched, seen and experienced, without doing exercise, what the inner fit athletes are. So Loy from LoyMachedo.com and who's LoyMachedo.com sharing with you his experience with Inner Fight.